Today is our walk or bike day. Walking or biking is a great way to keep this physical momentum that we've created here going in an easy and fun way. Now, the CDC and the American Heart Association tell us we need to get 150 minutes a week, at least, of moderate exercise. And you know what fits into the moderate exercise category? A walk. Now, I'm not talking about a stroll down window shopping in front of the stores. I'm talking about a walk where you got to get your arms moving a little bit, and you're going to feel your heart rate and your respiratory rate going up a little bit, but not crazy. And that's enough to keep this momentum you've got going intact. So this is your first time out doing this. If you haven't been exercising, then we're going to aim for a shorter walk, maybe 10-15 minutes. If you have been exercising and you're just jumping in here to supplement, then go longer. If you can get 30 minutes of a walk in, go for it. That's perfect. So let's get started. I'm going to show you along the way some things you can do to make your walk a little more interesting, a little more fun, and maybe add a little more physical attributes to it. So follow along and stay tuned. One thing you're going to want to bring along on your walk are some supplies. I have a sling bag here that I always carry along with me. It's got my water and a few other things which you will see. I'll unpack them so you can see exactly what I've got in my bag. Let me show you what's in my hiking sling bag. First, in the outside pouch, I have my water bottle. Then as you zip open the multiple compartments, I have bug spray, essential oil bug spray, all natural, sunscreen, my cell phone. I always carry a couple of Band-Aids and some Benadryl, just in case. If you have an allergy for which you would need an EpiPen, you obviously should always have that with you as well. In the back compartment, I have tissues, and I always toss in a little washcloth or a hand towel. They can come in very handy for a variety of reasons. And my little tiny, very portable set of binoculars in case I want to see something that's farther off. I like to watch birds and other animals, so these come in really handy. One thing you want to be mindful of is that you don't get your pack too heavy. This is not meant to be a weighted walk. We're just going out into the woods, so we're going to put everything back into our bag. There's also a little clip in here. If you happen to drive and then walk, you can clip your car keys here so they don't fall out of your bag. And then you can put your water bottle back in the mesh holder on the side, and you're all ready to go. I just want to say a quick word about cell phones. A lot of people will tell you, put your cell phone away, don't take it with you. And I'm all for that. I'm all for keeping it not in front of your face. So you're not going to be walking and texting and listening for messages and checking your alerts. But what you do want it along for is in case of emergency, you can make a phone call and also let people know where you're going and they can triangulate on your cell phone to find you should something happen. So as a safety feature, take your cell phone with you. Leave it in your bag as you're walking. So we're all zipped up. We're ready to go. It's not that heavy. Just toss it on your back and let's go. As we're walking along here, an easy thing to do to add to our walk is to stop and do 5 quarter squats. What those quarter squats are doing to help us with our walk is they're loosening up our hip joints. If you notice as you're walking along, if you tend to shuffle a little bit, The reason for that is because you're not picking your foot and your leg up quite enough. So by doing these quarter squats, you're going to activate those hip muscles, which will help you take that big stride out. Another movement that we can add in to our walk quite easily, as long as the surface is semi-flat, is a lunge. So instead of walking normally with your stride, what you're going to do is you're going to take a slightly bigger stride, come up, slightly bigger stride, come up, slightly bigger stride, and come up. Do that 5 or 6 times, and then continue on with your walk. As we're walking along, we can add shoulder rolls to our walk, even as you're moving. Just up and back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, up and back, and squeeze. And that's going to start to loosen up and get our upper bodies all ready for whatever we might need to do next. And the last one I'm going to show you for today's walk is something to stretch out your hamstrings, or the back of your upper leg, and your lower back a little bit. You might need to find a tree, or if you're walking with a hiking pole, hold on to that. I'm going to find a nice flat place. I'm going to cross one foot over in front of the other, and keeping my knees straight but soft, I'm going to push my hips back into a good morning, keeping my back flat and letting that stretch work down the back of my legs. I'm going to hold. When I get down to my maximum stretch, I'm going to hold for a count of 5 and come up. Then I'm going to reverse it. Cross the other foot over in front, keeping my knees soft but straight, pushing my hips back, getting that nice stretch. Get down as far as is comfortable so I can feel the stretch but no pain. Count to 5 and come up. And these are just a few of the things that you can add to your walk to add a little more value to it. When you're looking for interesting places to walk, look for gardens and farms and things that will stimulate your senses. One of my favorite things to do is find an interesting place to walk to, like, for example, a local yard sale in your neighborhood or a local farm stand. Enjoy your neighbor's artwork and watch the gardens grow. In addition to the physical aspects of it, walking can also be a great source of mindfulness and even meditation. Walking can definitely be a kind of meditation if you find a nice, quiet, inspiring place. I hope you enjoyed today's movement exercise. It's one that you can use. It's very, very flexible. You can substitute out some movements if you need to. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that I can continue to bring you content like this that's meaningful to you and that will take you on your health and fitness journey to a higher level. So subscribe and send me comments. I use those comments in deciding what to do next in my video series. And most importantly, see you next week.